Yo, all right. It's February 8th, 11:28 a.m. Super Bowl is happening today, right? Reason I'm excited for that is because, it's like the first uh it's probably going to be. I'm not exactly sure, but it's probably going to be the first Super Bowl performance entirely in Spanish um in history, right? And the Latino within my blood is hella excited for that. And overall, there's just a lot to be excited today, which is why I started this a little bit early because usually, it's night. Sorry, I thought I thought my dad was coming down the stairs for a fourth time for the fourth video in a row, but I also wanted to start this a little bit early because I kind of realized yesterday that the later I delay it, the more time there is to kind of overthink what I'm going to say on the document. And I think that's kind of the trap I fell into yesterday, right? I read the comments. There were three comments. One of them said the vibes were strange, but other than that, I don't think people really realized that yesterday's rant was more nervous than, uh, you know, the other one. And the thing about that is that I didn't really notice until afterwards either, right? I kind of wondered like why I was kind of hesitating, why I felt like I had less to say. And then I remembered the comment from the video from it says yesterday or one day ago, but February 6th, so 2 days ago. And it was this one, right? The difference between a good video essay and a bad one is the same difference between a well-written paper in school. Some people write to inform, and some people write to meet a minimum word count. I feel like yesterday's video was more about writing a minimum word count than it was actually like even just writing to have fun, right? Making a video to have fun. And it synergized with this other comment that said don't half-ass it, and that's kind of what helped me realize like, I should probably just go ahead and get this out of the way now and say some things about some of the comments that I've received because I feel like all of them have been pretty helpful uh, to me, right? This is the one that said my vibes are strange. And it's interesting to see, like, esoteric magic of these personal videos. I do think I've gotten my first bot comment. Yeah, I've never seen anybody use a semicolon in their comment in my life. And I clicked on the account just in case, and it was made on the 22nd of January this year. So I'm not exactly confident in the reality of this poster, right? But that is neither here nor there. And I did something a little different today compared to the other days, and that is I kind of wrote down what I wanted to say, right? And this was kind of it. I've been a little awkward, and I think what I've realized from doing all these YouTube videos and reading these comments is that, it does me much better when I'm doing these videos to be excited about it, to be happy about it, instead of just thinking about, oh, I have to do this, right? I probably will take like a 1 or 2 day break from these after I finish this one. But there is also something I want to do today, which is the third reason why I started a little early, which is doing a little bit of editing practice, right? So I mentioned yesterday, and I kind of failed to get like the real point across of why I mentioned the video, the How Vanos Beat YouTube video, right? And it talked about how he used to make montages to music and stuff like that. Like he'd make gunshots on the beat, edit to rhythm, and he was really music obsessed. Well, I've kind of been influenced by that style, and I've been influenced by Bill Wirtz. And if I want to be an editor, if I want to edit YouTube videos, which I'm going to have to edit my own YouTube videos because I'm about to be a broke college student here in a minute. So I need to learn, and I think the funnest way for me to learn is going to be to edit to the music that I love and figure out kind of a workflow from that, right? And here's another weird thing about the comments I got on today's video, right? So I got this other comment, right? Yo Unk, may I get a shout out? It's very weird getting a comment calling me Unk when I'm only 2 years older than them and they have more subscribers than me. But you know what? That's the internet. That's whatever. And I've also seen this comment, and it talks about, I think, I really like the lengthy rants. They're really good to have on while doing something else. That's good advice, right? And it's kind of what so far I'm building my subscriber base on, because I've gained 15 subscribers within the past what's it called? Within the past 4 days, basically, right? And it's kind of making me consider, like, if I switch, these audience members that I have right now probably won't be here, but also none of the audience members that I have right here are guaranteed to click again anyways, right? 163 views one day, and then the next day I get 24 views, and my first video got 14 views, right? It's good that YouTube is recommending my videos, but I can't always rely on that, which is why I'm listening to the advice from that guy who said don't half-ass it, right? The less I dedicate myself to kind of like making these, and I just make these for fun to improve and, go and do work afterwards in the editing stage, the more high quality they're going to be, the more I'm going to build up my subscriber base. And at the end of the day, like, the ambitions, the overzealous ambitions that I have will kind of be a little bit more realistic. I won't say they're ever going to be entirely realistic, because I've never said the half of my expectations for this life, but, after I do YouTube, I want to, like, do everything, right? I just kind of want to make enough money to be able to pay for my own college tuition, because I'm once again about to be in hella debt, but at least I'm smart enough to know now that, I have to get a job, I have to start doing things, and I can't really just let my ambitions pass me by. And kind of like the proof that I've gotten is that it kind of is as easy as me just trying something new to gain at least a little bit of success, right? I'm not delusional. It's not a large amount of success. It's probably not even success at all in a lot of people's eyes, especially since I haven't grown on an exponential. I've been going linearly, probably actually since the beginning of 2025, but especially now, right? And I'm so far just using the tools that I've developed over the years instead of developing new tools. Like, I did try to, do that whole circle tracking thing or square tracking thing. I think it's like 3 minutes into the video or something like that. But yeah, it was like right here. And then it got stuck on my face, and I got frustrated, so I put the fucking square. It got stuck on my face. It's pretty interesting trying to learn new editing techniques, because, I don't know exactly what the process is ever going to be until I try and learn how to do the thing that I have in my head. Because that's the thing, I have a lot of ideas in my head. That's why I want to edit, or that's why I want to learn how to edit. That's why I want to learn how to write and learn how to speak properly in just one narrative, so that I can use all those skills in conjuncture with one another to create at least one of the things that rolls around in my head every day, right? Maybe one day I'll even win an award. Yep, that's the Tony stage. I got that as a gift in 5th grade from someone because of a school assignment, but I kept it up there because my life is sad, right? Anyways, I think that's literally all I had to say. All I had to really mark down here was that, I have a lot to be confident about, and I should build up that confidence and kind of allow myself to have fun instead of just assuming that this is something I have to do every day. No, I'm choosing to do this, and I'm choosing to do this for a very specific reason, and that's to improve myself. And any sense of improvement completely and utterly trumps the weight of maybe any fear or any kind of delusion that, is building up in my head over time. And overthinking won't do me any good, and I know it won't do me any good because overthinking is what stopped me from posting these videos for literally 2 years, right? I even tried to do something similar to this back in June, but I never actually published the videos because I wasn't confident they were my best work. Am I confident that anything here is my best work? Not entirely, right? But they're at least better than the videos in June, and I figured, you know what? I've grown this much as a person. I want to see how much I can grow by putting my soul out into reality and seeing how other people react to it, right? I like to, wear myself on my chest. I like to wear my influences on my chest, bare my soul to reality or whatever, because, that's what helps me grow the most. And I feel like if I do that, then, there will be people who tune in at least once or twice to kind of listen and just kind of, relate it to their own lives. What goals do they have, right? I always want other people to grow, but, the goal of this is for me to grow. And if someone else grows along the way, then that's pretty much exactly what I want out of the whole YouTube thing, right? I want to break someone's mental barriers. I want to create the revolution inside their head. And if that happens from, me ranting, then great, but that's not the goal. The goal is for me to do these, and then eventually I might private all of them to start doing video essays, right? Or after I get 1 or 2 video essays out, maybe I'll private them. Or maybe I won't at all. Maybe I'll keep all these up and then people can comment, even though, after like the first couple of days, no one will ever find these videos, right? But yeah, that's life. See you guys later. Actually, wait, before I say see you guys later, I will try to put a montage right here. So if I'm not lazy, then I will begin my editing to music thing in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yo, this is Darwinian Post. I did not finish that. I did not do it at all. I know I said don't half-ass it. Yeah, it's Super Bowl day. It's a Sunday. I'll push myself harder tomorrow, right? All the pieces are there. My bad, guys. I didn't want to get your hope up. Yeah, bye-bye. Well, did it work? You got any advice for me? I don't know. Leave a comment down below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye-bye.